Lily, I'm streaming, yeah?
Hi.
Where were we? Help us, right? What am I looking at? Hang on. Help us. Phoenix. Source. Can you hear this? I don't know if I turned it on. You should be able to, right? No.
60 frames, so we just set a keyframe.
My
so
bad.
Again, it goes from 0 to 60 at 600 centimeters, and then on helpers, Phoenix, PHX source, and just create a regular source. Let's add this sphere as our source. So for the outgoing velocity, we're gonna do 600 centimeters for about.
Where are we? Here. Outgoing velocity. So we're going to try this. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll try it.
About 60 frames, so just set a keyframe. So again, it goes from 0 to 60 at 600 centimeters, and then on frame 61 it switches to 0. And that's just because I found that 60, 70 frames approximately was enough for the letters to fill in completely with smoke, but this is something that's completely up to you. And then we can turn off temperature, leave smoke at 1, and if you want to do colored smoke, just enable RGB and then you can pick a color. So let's make this one.
Okay, I'm going to just animate this quickly. I can turn this on. I can go to 60. I don't know if it's going to work, but we can always change it afterwards. And we're going to make this down to 0. And let's just go back 1. It should be 600. And then over here, 600. So it's going 600, 600, 600, 600, 600, and 0. Okay, perfect.
On maybe a light blue, and then what we would do is just copy this.
So turn on RGB. We're also going to go for blue and red. I have some ideas. We'll fine tune these colors later.
Sphere over and copy the emitter, and then for the second emitter we will pick the second sphere and just give it a different color. And so you would repeat this.
Okay. So we're just going to take these 3 things, and we're only going to get like 3 colors. Maybe we need to change this, but we can do 2 more. I think we can make this one like a pink. Maybe we can do like a lightish pink, and then actually put this one here. Do 4. So this one we're going to make a darker blue. Maybe like this. And I can just copy this color and paste it here. And we're going to make this one a darker pink. Like that. And I don't know if these are going to work. We might need to change them, but we'll leave it like that for now. This guy, we just need scattered around inside this. I'm just going to make a bunch of copies. I normally, from experience, just do 2, so I can just, otherwise I'm just always doing 1 all the time is annoying. Actually, it's, you can also just do that. We want to have these somewhat random, so we can just move these down and up. Whoops. I can freeze this. Freeze selection, just so I'm not moving it when I don't need to. And we're just gonna copy, and we're gonna take these ones and copy these, and we're gonna take these guys and go above, and we're just gonna rotate them. And I might do one more, something like that. And what we're going to do is just take random. Actually, let's rename all of these. Rename. And we're just going to put emitters, smoke emitters, and number them. Okay. Now, we've got 24 of them, so 24 divided by 4 is what, 6, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just make sure they're roughly. That'll do. So they can be assigned to the first one. I can do this, I can do copy, I can go back to these, I can change this. Oh, can I just paste it in? No. Hoping. That's the light blue though, right? Yeah. Just making sure I didn't rotate them. Make this light instead of dark. Yeah. And I think these can be dark blue, like there. And then we got light pink and dark pink, right? Hang on. I'll make it light pink, maybe this one. And then I think it's these ones left. They're going to be dark pink, and I think we're going to change some of these around, but we can leave it like this for now. Like this guy should probably be dark. And maybe this one's light. One second. All right. Smoke emitters. So this is the light blue, right? And the next one's the dark blue. Yeah. So light blue, we're gonna, let's just remove this, and then we're gonna add Yeah. Add many. Cancel. I gotta change the names because these all have different numbers. Otherwise, I gotta remember the numbers. Okay. Tools. Rename. Smoke. Light blue. Or blue. Light. Numbered. Rename. Push this here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dark. Rename. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pink. Rename. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 5, 6. Light. Rename. Okay, so now remove, add blue light. We want blue light, and then this is blue dark. And then this is pink dark, right? And pink light, yeah, pink dark. And then this is pink light. Okay, and that's frozen, so we can unfreeze it. Just in case we need to move it later. Oh, hang on, let's group these first. Unhide, unfreeze all. There we go. Now we can select it again. I did make it not renderable, right? I don't remember. Renderable. There we go. Okay. I always think it's funny. There's like so many different things doing different things, but in reality, there's not. So, what was next in his video?
However many times you would need to have enough emitters inside of the letters to fill them in. So now what you can do is select the text and hit Alt X, which will make it semi-transparent. Select the spheres and move them inside. And then we need to go into the Phoenix settings here. So for the grid, just raise the resolution a little bit.
I haven't done a grid. I need to do that. Oh God. Phoenix. God damn it.
Right ahead and create a Phoenix grid under Phoenix FD Fire and Smoke.
Okay, let's see. Phoenix FD. Fire and Smoke.
Sim auto grid and just drag out a.
Okay, we don't need to turn on auto grid. We just need it to be as big as this. The grid. There we go. That's a big grid. Well, we got this voxel set to 1, which is also massive, so that's not really going to work very well. But it's fine for now. Let's go back.
To render the smoke that's within the letters. Now, since we're doing colored smoke, we need to go under output and enable RGB. And then we need to go under volumetric options, smoke color, and say based on RGB. Preview, you can disable everything and enable RGB. And then
Output grid channels. Did I do that in the right place? Does it just change the name? Scene interaction output. Compress. Output grid channels. Grid RGB. Okay, fine. Grid velocity he's turned off.
we need to go under volumetric options.
Let's go rendering. Volumetric options.
Smoke color and say based on RGB.
Smoke color based on RGB.
Preview, you can disable everything.
Okay. Preview. Disable everything.
Here and then just enable the GPU preview.
Turn this off. Particle preview turned off. GPU preview turned on. Okay.
And then under output, just select where you want to simulate this into. So I've simulated.
Yeah, I better simulate where I want. Say where I want to go. Browse. Because it's going to try and overwrite this. Well, this is liquid, so we'll give it a different name, I guess. Smoke Phoenix. We can use this. Oh. Okay, and this is output. So then I got to put input as the same. I know it says automatically it's the same, but still same as output. I'm not gonna browse. I always set this. I don't know why. I probably have to change this name. Like, just check it's the same. Because right now it's got the name rather than the... I mean, I can also just copy here. That'll work. Copy. Open. Okay, that's fine. That's the same.
A few frames just to make sure that everything's working and everything is running the way it should. You can see I have the dark blue and the lighter blue here. I could have many different colors. So basically, you would just select the letters, go to object properties, make it not renderable, and then you could render out the smoke by itself, and that would basically give you this exact result here. Blue and the lighter blue here. I could have many different colors. So basically, you would just select the letters, go to object properties, make it not renderable, and then you could render out the smoke by itself, and that would basically give you this exact result here. So now that we've done that, let's move on to this one. So this one, the beginning is the exact same thing, except we're just going to go under helpers Phoenix and create a body force and select
Okay. Helpers, Phoenix, body force.
the letters as our body force. And now we need to select the letters, right click, Phoenix FD properties, and make them
As the body force, we need it to be this. And then we need to right click this and Phoenix properties.
them not a solid object.
Not a solid object.
This way the smoke will be attracted to the shape of the letters, but it will not bounce off the walls. As you can see here, there's nothing obstructing the smoke, yet it is taking on the shape of the letters. So I hope that's clear. And then for the body force settings, you want to give it something that's pretty high. So I would say maybe 700 for strength. We don't want any fade start. Suppress orbit, you can do 1, which will basically force the smoke to stay in place better. And that's about all you need. And then one thing that I would add is maybe some turbulence, which basically will make the smoke constantly wobble like this. Basically force the smoke to stay in place better. And that's about all you need. And then one thing that I would add is maybe some turbulence, which basically will make the smoke constantly wobble like this. So you would just go under Phoenix Helpers again, make a PHX turbulent.
Phoenix helpers, turbulence.
And then what I found worked pretty good was 30 for strength and 50 for size. But again, this is something that you can play with to get whatever effect you're looking for. And then basically what I did in the end here to make it all mix together and rise up, I did 3 basic things. Number 1, I went to the body force and animated the strength to go from 700 to 0. Then I went to the turbulence and
Okay. When did he animate it? Here. Okay, so this, we're going to animate this to go from 700 to 0. And I mean, I guess I got to put this in the middle and the bottom, but still. Let's just unhide all. I need to see what's happening with my water. So it's about here. No, even earlier here. Here it's going to go to 0. We can always change it later. Put on auto key. Yeah, let's do 2. Let's do 220. 221 is going to be 0. And 220 is going to be 700. And just check this earlier, 700, yeah. And after here's 0. Okay.
Then I went to the turbulence and made the strength 200, and the size I think I made 200 as well, which basically will make it chaotic and mix together. And then I went under dynamics and I animated the smoke buoyancy to go up.
Okay, hang on. So turbulence, which I'm not sure exactly how this works. I think I have to put it where I want it, which is like here. Put it down here. So now I need to animate this, right? 50 and 30. So turn this on auto. Let's try 200 and 200. And this is 30. And this is 50. And then just go back earlier to make sure I got those right. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, good.
And I think it all happens around frame 70. So here I would just set a keyframe for smoke buoyancy, go a few frames forward, and set this to 3 or some kind of a higher value.
So smoke buoyancy is changed to 3. So that's on here. Where was it? Dynamics. Smoke buoyancy there. So again, three. Go back 1, 0. Oh, I didn't turn on auto key. Lol. So 21. Three. 0. Okay.
Which will basically make the smoke rise up. So I just was kind of playing around, but you can make some pretty cool stuff without much effort. So without any further ado, let's just jump into the third one. The setup basically stays the same, except I would just select.
Okay, so we're going to use the third one for the title or for the name, but for now we got this one. So we need to get this going. So I have no idea if this is going to work. We can actually hide this one. This has got nothing to do with anything. And here, simulation. I can't play this anymore because it's going to try and do both of them. So I just want it to do just this one. And start. Oh, I think that's talking about the other one. All right, this is going to take a while. Mainly because the grid's so big. Okay, we can stop because this one's missing. Go back to 0. Let's hide this. Dark pink, light pink, add this guy. Okay, I am going to unhide all. I'm going to rehide this one. I'm going to take this and I'm going to change the grid. I just want to get an idea of how it's working. So the voxel size is 1 centimeter, but this is massive, right? Look, we're already at 39 million voxels. So in the end, it'll probably take several hours to figure this out, but it's fine. I'm going to get this down to like 1 million. Maybe a bit lower even. No, yeah, that'll work out. I mean, it's 5 centimeters, but this is not real size. This is like 3 times bigger or something. Okay, and then we can have a look at how it's going to go. Turn off that. Simulation, let's start this. I'm going to pause it. I want to just see how this is going to look. Let's save this for now, just in case it crashes. It likes to crash. Okay, cool. Well, we've got something. Not really what we were hoping for, but it's fine. We've at least got a start, right? We also don't have a lot of turbulence here, really. Like, I kind of wanted more turbulence. So I don't know if I turn this up. If it's going to make a difference. I know it's going to hit this amount soon anyway. I'm just trying to see what happens. These larger numbers are sort of better, right? Okay, let's pause this. Let's see what happens here. Okay, we get that. I think part of the problem is the lighting is focused not on the smoke, but on the can itself. So there's like no lighting for the smoke. So, I mean, the easy way around this is just to create a new light. And we're just going to do this. Now it's decided nobody really knows what. I imagine that I clicked and said make a light, and it's trying to create how that's affecting the image because it's doing interactive rendering. So I don't think this is going to work. Like, nothing's going to work until it calculates something. And it might be that it's just going to keep calculating forever. Or it might be it's just crashed. But okay, it's just one thread that's running high. I wasn't sure if it was multi-threading or what it was doing. I'm hoping it finishes whatever it's calculating in the next second or so. Otherwise, I'm just gonna force it. And there we go. Okay, let's try again. Just having to open it again because Max crashed as soon as I tried to put a light in to help light the smoke. What are we doing? Oh, there's 3 of you guys. Hello, hello. And let's reopen this. Let's reopen this and get it going again. Open recent. Okay. So we want to come to about here. And not be stupid and try and create a light while we're rendering with smoke. And change this to a disk. And I don't want it visible. And I'm just going to stick this here. And I want to see what effect this has on the rendering. It's just saying there's no... Okay, that's nice. And if I stop this, I don't know what's going to happen if I stick one at the bottom as well. So we're just going to see. Do it at a slight angle, just so it's not completely uniform. I mean, it's not anyway because it's offset and stuff, but still. Let's do interactive again. Okay. I mean, the smoke was rising everywhere anyway, right? Just 2 lights. It is not going to like that. I'm sure I've just crashed it again by trying to move the lights while it's doing interactive rendering. Jesus. Okay, fine. I'm just going to open it again. I mean, at least we get an idea of what to do, right? And then I'm going to bring the emitters down lower because the smoke's all rising. We can have a look at this guy's video. I don't know how he...
The grid and
I don't know if his
raise
smoke
it on Z and then move it down.
went up or not.
And then I would select it's pretty high. Would repeat this, however, and that's just because source and just create a regular source. Let's add this sphere as our source. So for the 60 at 600 centimeters, and then on frame 61 it switches to 0. And that's just because I found that 60, 70 frames approximately was enough for
See,
the
his
light
isn't
to
rising,
fill in
right?
completely
So
with
mine
smoke, but
is
this
rising. So that's like a problem. It'll be a setting that's different here. Let's do this. It's going to be this very high one. So we can just close this. There we go, it's gone. Yeah. All right, so we can put the lights back in. I'm just going to change this to a disk straight away. And turn these off. And spin it upside down, stick one on the bottom. I might change these all later, right? This is just so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Like, you know, I'm just trying to get a general idea of how it's going to look. So this lighting, we might change it a lot later, I'm not sure. Bless you, Levi. So again, we have got exactly, or we should have exactly what we had before. Oh, we're just in the wrong place. It shouldn't be a massive problem to recalculate this. It should just have to rebuild the scene. Like, I didn't move anything really. If it crashes again, I'll be a lot more careful next time. Oh God, please. Why? Fine.
This is something that's completely up to you. And then we can create some basic text. Phoenix your ladder emitters. So basically, if you look at this example, I have several emitters here. Each one has a different color. So we're just gonna go under standard and create a sphere. And you can just use AutoGrid to create a sphere on the surface of the text. So I would just make one right here. And then right click, go to object properties and make it not renderable. And then right click again, go to Phoenix FD properties and make it not a solid object. And then we're gonna go under helpers, Phoenix, PHX source, and just create a regular source. Let's add this sphere as our source. So for the outgoing velocity, we're gonna do 600 centimeters for about 60 frames. So just set a keyframe. So again, it goes from 0 to 60 at 600 centimeters, and then on frame 61 it switches to 0. And that's just because I found that 60, 70 frames approximately was enough for the letters to fill in completely with smoke, but this is something that's completely up to you. And then we can turn off temperature, leave smoke at 1, and if you want to do colored smoke, just enable RGB and then you can pick a color.
I don't know if I turned off temperature. No, I left temperature on all of them. So we can see it burning. RGB is on. Motion velocity, I've got at 1. I think his isn't set. Like, I think his is set at 0. I don't know if he's going to show us.
Make this one maybe a light blue, and then what we would do is just copy the sphere over and copy the emitter.
Because mine was going up, right? And his was staying still.
Sphere and just give it a different color. And so you would repeat this however many times you would need to have enough emitters inside of the letters to fill them in. So now what you can do is select the text and hit Alt X, which will make it semi-transparent. Select the spheres and move them inside. And then we need to go into the Phoenix settings here. So for the grid, just raise the resolution a little bit.
Okay. Maybe I'm wrong, but I suspect this motion velocity he's turned off. So I'm just going to turn this off in all of them. And then go to 0. I think I need to move these emitters up to about 100. And I think this needs to be set much higher. The turbulence. We can just open it here. Which brings up this. And it should be here. For some reason it isn't. I don't know why. Phoenix turbulence. Oh, here. It's right here. No, that's 0. 60 should be here, but it's not. All right. Well, we can just change it here as well. So let's go to here. It was set at 200, right? So I'm gonna change this. Back here it was what, 30 and 50, because his is much smaller than mine has seen, right? That's why it's such a difference. So I'm going to change this to 200 and 200, and go here. I'm going to change this to 300 and 500, and just make sure that's 300, 500 at the end, and at the beginning I need to change it again. 200 and 200. And this might be way too much, which is fine. I don't really mind that. So we're going to go to the beginning and take this and just turn off the auto key and turn the simulation and just start it and see what happens. Yeah, so now exactly. So we turned off the velocity and we turned off the heat. So there's no heat anywhere. And this is just going all around. Okay, that's much nicer. So we have this smoke. So if I pause this and I render this.
When do I have to go?
I don't know. Where are you going?
Legoland.
Oh, you have to ask your mum. Okay, see, that's much better. We just resume it. I'm kind of interested to see what happens when it comes over here at 220. Hi, Lani. Look, I'm making this. But it's also got water, and then we need to have the Pepsi sign on top. So right now the smoke's just moving around a bit while the water's splashing into it. I like the colors. What do you think?
I think it's nice. I think it looks good.
And then we're going to animate
Did you do the colours?
Yeah, I just chose the colors. And then we're going to animate the Pepsi. So there's different Pepsis. Like this is Diet, and then there's Pepsi Max, and then there's Pepsi Cherry and other ones. So we're going to have the can change. The textures are going to change as well as it moves. Plus the camera's moving towards the can, so it's zooming in kind of.
Yeah.
And there's water hitting it too. So now it's going everywhere, which is what we want. So I'm definitely going to have to reduce the voxel size, I think, because I made it so there's not loads.
Yeah.
Probably have to increase the steps. But like if I do this, like if I pause this, I can let it finish actually, it's almost done. I'll show you what I mean if I put the water in. You won't be able to see it like nicely because it just takes too long to render, but you can at least get an idea and have it see.
Yeah.
So if you go, it's almost done. Okay, so like if you look at how close the can is now, if I move to about here, see the can's moved away.
Oh yeah.
And if I unhide all, then it unhides the water as well. That's probably not a good one of the water. That's probably better. But there's going to be lots of water on it. And then if I just do interactive,
What's that?
it's the water hitting the can and smoke in the background. But the smoke's blending together, so it's just going from pink and stuff to purple. But I can't, like if I go earlier
Yeah.
to here, then the smoke's more defined. So I'm going to have to, I think what I have to do is take these, let me hide this, and hide this, because the stuff's just getting everywhere. Hide. I think I have to take these, and I'm going to animate them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to 0. I don't want them to move too much, I think. I don't know. Because otherwise the smoke will be just... But they could move maybe quarter of the way around or something. So I can turn this on and then come to here and go like that, maybe?
What does that do?
That animates the turning. So if I come back here,
Yeah.
so they just move over time. They just move like this. And then what I need to do is, like, I might turn that off because it might just look weird. The smoke might just spin. And then if I unhide all, if I take the smoke, which is this one, no, it's these, isn't it? These are animated to like 60. Whoop. Whoop, whoop. Did I set keys by accident? Yeah. Undo. I still have that, right? Oops. Oh God. Yeah, that's still spinning. That's fine. But if I take all of these and then I open this, I should be able to... Why am I not seeing this? What am I doing wrong? Oh, it's there, that's why. Okay, so this is set at 60 because I wasn't opening them. These I can just drag along in here. I think I'm going to set it to about, because I don't want it just becoming purple, you know?
Yeah.
So about here. I can set that to 160 and that to 0 and that to 159 and it to 600. And then I've just got to do the same with these ones. One, 5, 9. Oh, it won't let me do it, I don't think. Oh, it did. Okay. 160. Okay. Let's just do it the other way around so it doesn't look weird. 160. 159. Okay, and we've changed the animation of all of those, and then we got to take this again, and we are going to start this again and overwrite everything, and then we're going to see how that looks.
Okay.
So exciting! It's my daughter in the background. There's, I don't know.
Oh, there's 10 views.
Yeah, it's so many.
There's a lot.
Millions.
Why does it say cheap viewers?
So this is some, I need to like, I don't know how to get rid of it. Basically it's like some bot or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. I should be able to remove it. Like someone came along and they're just spamming everything. It's just an automated thing to, like, you want to time out, ban him. There you go.
Mommy, I found a nether portal.
Oh, cool. Are there any people here watching?
I don't know.
You should also do gaming stuff.
Do gaming stuff.
Live streams.
Yeah. So you can't see very much, can you? I don't know what's going on here.
Because you're offline, isn't it?
Yeah, but I should be on. Here it's on,
Oh.
so I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna go finish cleaning my bedroom.
Okay. See you.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Love you too, Nani. How far away are we? 86. I like that I can see the purples up here and the blues down here.
I know.
It's a lot of smoke. I hope it just doesn't take, you know, ages to render. Lani? Can you ask Lani to come down for a minute? Can you... Levi's going to leave in 10 minutes. Could you just make him something in the kitchen quick? Levi, go with Lani. She's going to get... You need to eat something.
I'm not hungry.
Doesn't matter. Go with her. You need to eat something. You're going to the Lego thing in a few minutes. Doesn't matter. Go with her. You need to eat something. You're going to the Lego thing in a few minutes. Yeah, it's the holidays, isn't it? So the kids are all at home. And if I wait for them not to be here, then I'm waiting until... Then I wait till the middle of the night or something. I'm waiting until... How far through are we? 189. We can pause this and just see how it's going to look. Make sure it's not a complete waste of time. I think it's going to look pretty nice. That looks nice. That looks sweet. So we're going to just let this finish. And what I'm going to have to do, I want to have the Pepsi logo also with smoke. So we'll do that at the end. I'm not going to do that now, but I will do that, I don't know, tomorrow or the day after. For now, we're going to leave it at this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the grid and I got to change the resolution because the voxels are so small. Look how much the smoke is moving per frame. That's crazy. I hope it doesn't look like a whirlwind. Maybe I got to turn that down. The turbulence down. Because it's 25 frames a second, right? So, like, the smoke's moving a lot. I just want to see how it's going to look here, because, you know, we've animated it to stop, so it's not emitting smoke now. It's just got a solid white color. So, if I do this and do interactive again. Like, oh, that's awesome. I mean, I can try rendering it out. You know, I might not have all of these different things in there. We might just do the Pepsi logo and the can and the water and, I don't know, the can and the smoke and do like 3 separate ones like that. Like it might just be too much, you know, when you've got all these different colors going on in there. But we'll see. We'll see. And yeah, I'm going to have to change this turbulence way down. I think I'll change it down to... We'll see what it looks like at the end, and then we'll adjust the turbulence. Actually, I don't need to go all the way to the end, because it's going to kind of... not going to be much difference between now and the end. Let's see again. See, it just becomes more and more purple, which is fine. I like it. So I've got to take the turbulence. And yeah, what's happening? Let's just hide this. Hide selection. Turbulence. Let's open this up. Okay, this is set at 200, so we're going to take these two and set them down to 50. Hang on, which one was, this one's up at 500 and this one's up at 300. So this one, oh, this is the 300 one. Okay. I'm confused. Anyway, it's fine. We'll put this down at 30 and we'll put this down at put this at 200. And then this one, these two at 50. And this at 200. And that should be the turbulence handled. And I think the rest is fine. How's this animated again? Okay, that's fine. So it basically allows it to come out of the tube at the end. I don't think we need that, but it's looking okay as it is. Okay, cool. And then what I'm going to do is go back in here. Let's go back to the beginning. Take this and make the grid. See, I've made the voxels really, really low. So we're going to have to increase. I think that should be about fine. That's still 1.5 centimeters. Let's get it to like 1. I mean, look how many it is, still 39 million. That's insane. Okay, it's probably going to take a few hours to render this out. So I'll start it now. And I'll get back to you. And then we can work on the Pepsi one as well. Okay, cool. All right. Thanks a lot. See you next time.